Feeling comfortable introducing yourself to total strangers is one of the biggest obstacles to networking. How do you overcome it? Well, I say act like a host, not a guest. In her book, Skills for Success, Dr. Adele Sheely tells about a cocktail party where she met someone who was hesitant to introduce himself to total strangers. Dr. Sheely suggested that he consider a different scenario for the evening. That is, consider himself the party's host instead of its guest. She asked him, if he were the host, wouldn't he introduce himself to people he didn't know and then introduce them to each other? Wouldn't he watch for lulls in conversations or bring in new people over to an already formed small group? Sheely's new acquaintance acknowledged the obvious difference between the active role of the host and the passive role of the guest. Sheely concluded that there was nothing to stop the man from playing the role of the host, even though he wasn't actually the host. Now, I know that sounds easy, but when it comes right down to it, actually acting like the host isn't so simple for many people. Not all individuals are good at acting like something that they're not. Therefore, I have one important thing to add to this advice. Don't act like the host, be the host. Most of the business organizations you go to have a position that is responsible for meeting visitors. I know it sounds crazy telling someone who is uncomfortable meeting new people at a networking event to be the host. At first, it must sound a little like telling a boxer to lean into the punch. It's counterintuitive, but there's a big difference and it really works. Most people's fears relating to meeting new people at networking events come from not having a proper context to introduce themselves to others. Just as Sheely points out, when you're the host, you don't feel as uncomfortable introducing yourself to someone you don't know who's at your party. So the key in feeling comfortable is to establish the proper context. Now, to establish the proper context, I recommend that you volunteer to be an ambassador with a Chamber of Commerce or a visitor host at networking groups like BNI. At the networking groups that you belong to, volunteer to be the position that acts as the host. Over time, this type of position will give you an opportunity to meet many people, put them together with others, and become an accomplished gatekeeper. Helping others connect, meet, and get what they need will unquestionably help you build your business. Furthermore, it will do it in a way that helps others. By using this technique, you'll start to develop excellent networking skills and get great exposure to many business professionals in a short time. A distinguishing characteristic of self-made millionaires is that they network everywhere. Most importantly, they do it all the time, at business conferences, at the health club, on the golf course, or with the person sitting next to them on a plane. This fact alone should motivate you to place yourself in situations where you can meet new people and do so in a way that makes you feel comfortable. It's not called net sit or net eat, it's called net work. If you want to become a better networker, try this technique out. You will be pleased with the results. This is Dr. Ivan Meisner, founder of BNI, speaking to you from BNI headquarters, saying thank you very much for watching the show.